months ago, some of the most powerful women in Hollywood stepped forward and accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment. Harvey Weinstein denies the accusations, but that's since spawned the Time's Up movement, the Me Too movement. And I wanted to gather you all here today, actors, writers, directors at Catch LA, to come and talk about what's really changed in the past 6 months for women in Hollywood.
What has changed? So much, I say, with a question mark. Yeah. Because it feels seismic. I kind of relate it to a natural disaster or something, that like, it's like a wave hit or a brush fire, and
is it a civil rights movement even? Not too strong
I feel like it's a
word.
continuation of many civil rights movements.
Jessie, tell us about what life was like pre this movement.
You know, over the years of just forming my personality and forming my womanhood and on set, you kind of get this subconscious message that like, you need to be fun, you need to be one of the boys, you need to roll with the punches, but you also like need to have boobs and look cute because you want to get hired again. My entire survival was based on fitting into this personality of being really fun, not having any boundaries, being loud and crazy, you know, and like, you know, sometimes that can be fun, and then sometimes it led me into really, really dangerous situations that I should have never been in, that were completely unprofessional. So I think I subconsciously got the message that like, I'm not allowed to say no. Like, I didn't even have the verbiage. So when everyone's saying like, why didn't they walk out of the room? Why don't you just, it's like, because you don't even know. Like, you're just trying to survive and make it in this town, you know? You don't want to be you don't want to be a diva, you don't want to have drama. And speaking up pre-Me Too meant exactly that. So I feel like the huge difference for me now just is the way that I operate in this town is like, now I have a voice.
One of the things in interviewing all of you ahead of this is that the big difference is now there's a community and a big sense of a strong community of women working together to get something done.
Well, I think that I mean, there's been chips that have been happening, things chipping away. I mean, Bill Cosby, despite the fact that he did not get convicted, but I think that was the start of a sea change. And even the things that we want to put out in the world and projects we want to do, there's an absolute different mentality right now. And also for women speaking up, that now there's not that thought that I'm the only one, and if I speak up, I'm going to get shushed and ignored and embarrassed, and my career is over. Now you speak up and you have this clamoring of people supporting you. I believe you, and I think that that is the strongest thing that's come out of this.
We've all been in that situation where it's like there's just those lists, right? And
we have one woman on the list.
Yeah, exactly. To like satiate.
We couldn't get Catherine Bigelow, so we had to hire a man.
Exactly.
Right. I've heard that one before.
But I think even the exercise of saying you don't have to only, you know, hire women, but you have to, if you're interviewing 3 guys for cinematographer, you got to interview 3 ladies for cinematographer. And that doesn't mean you have to hire them. It just means you have to open your mind
why not
to it. Yeah,
hire them? I think they should hire them.
But you know, the right person gets the job.
But I don't agree with that. The right person gets the job, because the right person this year is 93 men directed a movie that made, you know, was in the top 100 grossing films, and 7 women. So the right person, 93% of the time, is always going to be a guy, because they've got a track record. You got to break out of the right person. You've got to reach out and get out of the box.
This is the first time where there has to be accountability for things. Now people are asking questions about who the writer is, who the director is. And writers and directors are now sometimes just as famous, if not more, than the stars. And people are demanding, if we're gonna have a movie starring a woman, why not have a woman be behind it? Why not have a woman write it? These are questions that people are asking, and it's forcing Hollywood to be accountable for it in a way that I've never seen before. And I live for that, and I love it. And I'm just seeing opportunities now where, like, to be honest, a few years ago, I couldn't go into a room knowing that as a Black woman, I would be hired to write a movie about Black women. That sounds crazy, but I was not, you couldn't do that. You would not be the front runner to tell your own story. And now, it sounds absurd, but it was a struggle for me to prove that I was the right choice for a movie like Girls Trip. Now I'm telling people, if you want this script, then you have to allow me to direct it, or you have to allow a woman to direct it, because you don't have to sell it.
Yep.
And if you have a voice and you have power, you can start making demands, and that's really how you have to get stuff done.
I always say I felt like I was just hacking through the jungle, like my own, like every day, head down, hacking through the jungle, just trying to get through. And then I looked up to my left and right, and I saw like 1,000 women on either side, like hacking their own way through the jungle. And I was like, we should like hack a clearing, you know, and like build something.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.